Talk about it with Franjez. Today's special guest is the CEO and founder of Creative Marketing and Management Group. Today's guest is Shyne.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all?
I stumbled on there. Creative Marketing and Management Group.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
Good, man. Making it work, man. Another day.
Good. Glad to hear. Let's jump straight into the company. What is Creative Marketing and Management Group?
So Creative Marketing and Management Group is basically, it's everything in one. It's a marketing group that focuses more on event coordinating, event management. All right, wait, let's start back off. Yeah, got it booked up. All right. So pretty much it's a marketing group. We do a lot of different types of events. We help market small businesses. We manage artists. Anything with management, we manage you. So any type of business, we help you with management, the whole nine.
Nice. And your name, where'd your name come from?
So it's funny. My name came from when I was younger. Went to stay with my father in D.C. For like the summer. And my father used to have a lot of jewelry. So he had like a full matching jewelry, all platinum, white, gold, everything.
Nice.
And I used to take his car and drive out to the malls. So what I used to do was put on all his jewelry. This is back in the days when I used to wear BB Simon belts, the shiny belts, and then the dunks with the shiny colors. So I always used to run to the malls on the weekends, and then they always used to be like, yeah, boy, you shining. And I was just like, yo, you know what? When I come back to New York, I'm just going to use that name, like just go with Shyne. And then people just went with it, and the next thing you know, everybody calls me Shyne now.
Nice. That's a dope story.
Yeah, it's
definitely
crazy,
a dope story. Were you ever a fan of the artist Shyne?
Of course, that made it even better because it was just like, oh, perfect. An artist came out, music was jumping. I was like, it's perfect, and then he always threw his name into it, so it was like perfect for me to use it for parties and things of that sort. So it was dope. It was dope. It worked out for me.
Nice. Where were you born?
I was born in the Bronx.
Nice.
Grew up in Parkchester. Hung out a lot on Fordham Road, Briggs Avenue. Shout out to them. Older life during our high school, college area. Moved to Uptown. So I was all over the Bronx pretty much. Bronx born.
Nice. Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Pretty much it was growing up in the Bronx. So if you grew up in the Bronx, I'm 35, so you could do the math as a child. So if you around my age, you know what the Bronx was like growing up. You know, the early 2000s, what it was like to be outside, traveling around the Bronx, going also all the different type of events. You know, that was me. I was there. I had a little event group that we used to run around, and we used to just be everywhere. We was just always outside.
Nice. If you had to explain to someone what the Bronx is, someone that never even heard of this place, how would you just explain that borough only?
It's hard to even explain it because it's just so much. It's really about what area you grew up with. And then with me growing up in the South Bronx and then having friends uptown and then having friends on Fordham Road. I grew up in Parkchester, so it was like everybody has their own flow of things and what they was into, if it was sports, if it was girls, if it's just hanging on the blocks. Everywhere was just a little different, you know. But that's the Bronx for you.
It's hard to sum it up.
Exactly.
I've asked a few guests and nobody could really sum it up.
Can't. Then it's what area, what time span you grew up. The Bronx is a beautiful thing anyway. It's a great thing to be from the Bronx.
It's a melting pot.
Exactly.
You got a little bit of everything. Definitely. What religion did you grow up around?
That's funny. I would say a little bit of Catholic, Baptist. I bounced around from, like, my mother side of the family was Christian. Then my grandmother was a Catholic. Then weirdly, they used to send us to Baptist church. So I grew up weirdly, you know, with different churches and stuff like that.
And what's your relationship with God today?
Now it's totally different. Of course, I believe there is a higher being. Whatever it is, I don't know. You know, at this point, it's more of just I'm on a journey, just learning different things. I just believe in good energy and good vibes. You know.
Nice. On your website, you had New York City, ATL, and LA. Is that where the company actually is based out of, all three of those cities?
No. So basically, we have connections in those three cities at the moment. So If you need help with marketing in Atlanta, I can help you with that. If you need help in LA, I can help you with that. New York, of course, I'm here. I'm stationed here. I handle that. But it's a lot of just, I freelance a lot. So a lot of the things that I'm doing, I easily have friends and partners in different cities that help me get things done. Pretty much.
How did you get those connections in different cities?
Just working. A lot of people, sometimes I meet them online. Sometimes it's go out to an event, go to a lot of networking events. I go to a lot of pop-up shops, things of that sort. And I meet people that do different things, you know, and then I just figure out, okay, how can we do a partnership where it's, you're still your company, I'm still my company. But when business come in, I can now help you by bringing you this person, you know? So it's just a lot of collaborations and stuff like that.
Nice. So let's run down the things that I saw on your website that you offer. So social media management. What exactly do you offer your clients?
So it's the whole nine. I have a whole table of different things that I could offer. I could give you a campaign for 1 month, or I could give you a 3-month campaign. So it's pretty much, I usually have people send me, I send them a form. They fill out the form, and then I could really figure out exactly what you're looking for, because social media manager is so big. It's a lot of different things, a lot of different parts. So I try to break it down with them first, and then based on that, I'll send them the different things I do that I feel like I can help you with, because I can't help you with everything with social media marketing. So
what's on the form?
So the form is just pretty much asking questions about what are you looking to do, marketing budget, what have you tried before, what are your goals, things of that sort. And that gives me an idea of knowing, okay, these are the things that I can help you with. And then they're able to choose like, okay, yeah, I need this, and that. And
what's a month?
So it depends. Usually a package start from $1,500 for the month. And then if you're doing a 3-month package, I only charge $1,000 per month. So it comes out to a $3,000 package. With that package, you do, of course, that's the full line. You're getting everything. You might get social media, certain amount of posts, ads, actually controlling and running your actually website and things of that sort. So it's a lot. It's really dependent what you're looking for. And then I'll break it down for you.
And when you take over someone's social media, they give you their logins?
Yeah. So for that, of course, we would need that. Sometimes some people don't. Sometimes they want just the content for it. So what we'll do is like, okay, perfect. We don't need your site, but these are the things, and we will need you to post on these days at this time, just to make sure that the marketing is done properly. You know, of course, some people, you know, it's a trust thing where it's like, oh, I don't want to give you my passcode and this and that thing, but I understand that. So I try to build a relationship where it's like, okay, cool. I don't need you to give me the password at first. Don't need it. You do it. Just try to make sure that you're posting at these days, at these times, these things, so that we can run this algorithm.
Yeah, it makes sense. 100%. Sponsorship activation. What's that?
Sorry. So, sponsorship activation pretty much is just like this bottle.
Let's jump right into it.
Exactly.
Right? Perfect segue.
That's sponsorship activation. So what I do with that now is I help companies get sponsors. I talk with a lot of different people. I connect with a lot of people, just like this brand. This is a Black-owned woman brand. That's the first one in North Carolina. So we work with a lot of different sponsors: Sprite, Ford. My last event, we gave away a card, courtesy to City World Ford. They was one of our sponsors. They actually came out. We gave away a BMW.
Wow.
You know, so that's what we do. So basically, you could call me and say, hey, I have this event going on, or hey, I have this podcast where I'm looking for sponsors. So what I would do is now create a sponsor deck, and I will reach out to the sponsors that I'm connected with and see who business aligns with each other. So that's
I actually would love a sponsor.
Oh, see? Okay, we'll work on that too. Why not?
I reached out to a few people.
I
know my views are low. Mm-hmm. You know, everything's still growing, so I'm not really like going hard for it. I'm just throwing my little emails here and phone calls here and DMs here.
Exactly.
Something might bite one day. I'm just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Exactly. But that's how it goes. Yeah. You know, you got to try. You know, put it out there, even 100%. If you're just starting. You know. There's going to be somebody out there. I
have the consistent numbers. They're just not big numbers.
Exactly.
So I'm worth something.
So exactly. I mean? So it's just that now is just now I would help you with that, where it's just like, you know, even though the numbers is not there, because even me, you could.
there's more face here.
Okay, so yeah, even me, you can check out my Instagram. My Instagram, I don't have 10,000, 20,000 followers, but I'm still able to get sponsors because it's really just knowing what the other company wants. What is the other company looking for? Once you can figure that out, then it's easy to get the sponsors, because then you could align yourself with, okay, I can help you with that by doing this in return of you giving this or doing this for me, you know?
Yeah.
So basically, I just help companies with that type of things when it comes to sponsor activations.
Nice. Very nice. And event production, what exactly do you do? Like, let's say a company comes to you and says, I have this event that I want to throw with, 200 people, this type of food, this type of venue. You get everything?
Could get everything. Do the whole nine. Catering, venue location, scouting, the whole nine. Once again, it goes back to what the person wants. So I keep it open, and that what goes back to me working with so many different companies and different people in different cities. I try to just bring it all together. So it's like, hey, I could work with this event decoration company because I know I get a lot of clients that's looking for different things. So it's just a big collaboration. That's what Creative Marketing Group is. It's just collaborating with a lot of different people. So for your event, I could do the whole thing for you. If you look for food, entertainment, the whole nine, decoration, we do the whole thing.
Very nice. And marketing consulting, what's that?
So marketing consulting is pretty much, that's the start of everything. That you come to me and you're looking for marketing. So I just, same thing, fill out a form and we'll figure out what type of marketing are you looking for. Are you looking for digital marketing? Are you looking for online? Are you looking for publications? The whole nine. So it's really about what the person is looking for. So I could help with the marketing, and then we just figure it out what type of marketing you need. Because it's, like I said, marketing is so big. It's so many different type SEOs, SMMs, so much different things.
And when it comes to ads, what do you think is best? Facebook, Google, YouTube?
I would say it's based on what you're doing, but all ads is great. I mean, the whole idea of ads is beautiful, There's...
We could pop this?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, let's do it. You
it.
talked about it, and we went right over it.
Definitely. We definitely skipped popping it. But
Ebony Wine and Spirits Sparkling Rosé. You said this comes out of which city is it?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, black female-owned rosé.
First one straight out of North Carolina. One of our sponsors. I want to thank you for coming out for the Culture Expo.
I'm honored to pop this.
It was beautiful, as you can see.
Beautiful bottle, absolutely. So tell us about this event. How'd this happen?
All right, so that event is one of my biggest events for Creative Marketing Group.
It happened down there?
No, it happened in Brooklyn.
You into that tap stuff?
Of course,
yeah,
tap it. There we go. Got to tap it for the good time.
Woo! Ebony.
Yeah, so that event is one of our pop-up shop / expos. My business partner J-Star, shout out to him. He's big in the pop-up world. He's been doing it for years. Shout out to him, J-Star.
Out there?
Working hours. No, actually in New York. Does a lot of events in Brooklyn. He had one first by himself called the Culture Expo. He introduced it to me. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Ebony. Wow, that's delicious.
Love it.
100% I could drink that all
Love
day.
it. Definitely. But yeah, so pretty much it's just an expo with a bunch of vendors. So we bring out 100 vendors. We have a fashion show segment, and then we also have an artist showcase segment. We're on our third one. That's the one we had to sponsor with. Forge Sprite. Sprite came out, gave out free Sprites, the new Sprites.
How'd you get that?
Same thing. It's just networking,
Wow.
They actually reached out to us. They seen the event, and they was just like, oh, I see a lot of people come there. They want the brand awareness. So it was like, yes, let's collab. Like, why not? Come out, come give out free drinks. It helps us. It helps the company brand awareness. It helps us bring out guests now. Because we have the vendors, now we need people to come out. So the free drinks, they did the Ebony Spirits, they gave out free drinks. They gave out free bottles. It was great, So shout out for that event. They came out, and pretty much that event is like example of everything that I could do for creative marketing. So I run the ads, getting vendors, location, the whole nine. I do everything. So that's like my you could say portfolio. portfolio event. So you can see what I could do. So that was 100 vendors. So the next one's coming up in October, a 2-day event. That one we're going for 300 vendors.
Nice.
That's going to be our biggest one yet.
Where's that one?
That one's going to be in Brooklyn also.
Nice.
Brooklyn Loft 26. It's dope event space. Huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that fashion show, showcase altogether. That's coming up. I got another event, summer festival coming up. Also another pop-up shop, smaller, which is catered more to kids. So it's more kid-friendly. We're going to have the bouncy house, cotton candy, the whole nine. We're going to have the vendors. So we have that coming up. Also sponsored by Sprite. After that one, we also taking it to Atlanta. So we're going to have a Culture Expo in September in Atlanta. And then we also having a cookout field day. It's called the Drinker Olympics. So it's just an adult field day.
Nice.
Just bringing back the essence of the childhood, of having fun in the parks. We just put in a twist to it with alcohol.
These are all Brooklyn?
No, this one is actually going to be in the Bronx, the Drink Olympics. That one's August 24th. So that's going to be in Pelham Bay Park. That one's, everybody come out. It's free, of course. It's the park. We also have people that's going to be a part of it, the contest, where it's going to be drinking games. We're going to give out trophies. You can buy a ticket. Comes with a T-shirt with the color. So that's how we have the teams. So that's going down, and pretty much it. Yeah, those are the events I got coming up, and we're just trying to work, and collab as much as possible.
Networking is everything.
For real, it is. No lie. That's
definitely.
the key.
I like that. What's your biggest goal with this company? Best case scenario.
Best case scenario would be going statewide, having my company in every state, doing events in every state, working with small businesses in every state. Right now we're hitting all the major cities, trying to hit all the major cities with it. But yeah, that would be the best for my company, is just being in every city, doing events in every city, taking it from there to different countries, So it's all about just networking, more networking, going to other cities, and just taking it there, man.
Hell yeah, I like that. Who's the first person you think of when you think of success?
That's a hard one. It's really
take your time.
Dependent.
Take your time. No rush, man.
Let me see. It's success in what? Because there's personal success where sometimes success is not about the money.
Of course,
it's about the lifestyle. The happiness.
Is your perception of success?
So I wouldn't say I don't have one person. I feel like it's a bunch of different people that is just like, I love what you do for what you do with that style. You got 50 Cent. I love 50 Cent. Like his mindset, the way he does things. I love that. And then you have other people who's like Tyler Perry, where it's like, yeah, I love what he's doing. I love, him making his own, taking over a whole block, things of that sort. So there's so many different people that I just idolize for certain things they do. I wouldn't just say one person, honestly.
All right, I like that. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
That's the funniest thing. Growing up, sadly, the only thing I wanted to be as a kid was a drug dealer. I would just throw that out there. To be honest, that's all I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be a kingpin. Like,
did you see it in the movies? Did you see it in the street?
The movies, the streets. Like, I grew up. Think about the '90s. Watching 90s movies, some of the greatest 90s movies, even though they all
glorified the hell
of
it, yeah.
But it was just so cool to look at. Like, look at the cars, the money, the respect, the love. And it was just like, yeah, I want that. I need that. That's what I need, So sadly, yeah, it was a drug dealer. And then as you get older, you realize, it's not like the movies. Yeah. This shit is real. This is actually real.
My friends are really dying and really going
People
to jail.
Are dying and going to jail. And it was just like, this is cool and all, but maybe it's another way I can get that same fame and power 100%. Without having to be a kingpin, 100%. And it was like, okay, it's business. If you're a businessman, a lot of people look up to people with business, the statue and things of that, so get a lot of respect. So that's what made me jump into just business, honestly, after that. But
nice.
Definitely.
What's your favorite 90s drug dealer movie? We're almost the same age, so we grew up watching the same movies and
so
all that.
That's the thing. I'm not a favorite to anything. I always have is multiple,
All right. Give me top 5, top 10, whatever you want. At least top 5.
Let's see,
then.
top 5 off of the head right now. Of course, Paid in Full. You know, gotta love Paid in Full. Great movie. You gotta say New Jack City. Love New Jack City. What else would I say? What's the one? Damn, I forgot the name. Oh, King of New York.
All right.
Love King of New York. That was another great one. What else? That's a good one. You got me on that one. I think those are my top ones will be right
Scarface ain't in there.
Scarface, I like the Scarface, but then again, I didn't like the way he went out, you know? So it was kind of like, but I love Scarface. It's a great movie, you know?
What about the way he went out you don't like?
I was just like, damn, man. I wish it didn't have to end with him dying that way. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn, you messed up again. And it was just like, damn, if you just didn't do that, you would have been good. Yeah. You know, you would have had a great life. Like you was winning, and then you made a downfall. You made this female be your downfall, you know. But we don't want to go into that.
It was the drugs too.
That too. Play with the nose, you know.
But women are usually men's downfall.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I'll say it for you.
Yes, sadly, you see, I didn't want to say it, but you know, Ivan Shumpert, you know, he's going through it right now. Just throw that out there, you know. Marriage might not be the best thing, you know.
Scary, man. It's scary these days, man.
For real.
What about music? You got a top 5 artists or albums?
Same thing. I feel like it's a mood. I go through different phases with certain artists. Right now, I've been in the gym a lot, so I go a lot of 22 G's. I know he's new, he's young, but listening to him and in the gym, it just fires you up, you know, gives me that, you know, back in the days, like I'm a young boy again, gives me that fire in the gym, you know.
I'm a young boy again.
Man, you know, makes me, I could do this, you know, so I listen to him right now. If I'm not listening to that, 90s R&B, man, throwing some R&B, some Drew Hill. I'm one of them.
Classic.
Classic. You know, like R&B, you know, smooth music, calming.
Nice. What are 3 things you need to be happy?
3 things. What do you mean? As in what? Like
anything.
As in items or like?
It doesn't have to be physical.
What I need to be happy. I'm a simple guy, man. I'm happy for the simplest things. Like, you know.
What are the top 3?
Like, shit, if I got some weed, nice scenery, like, I'm fine. Like, I'm so simple.
That's 2. What's the third one?
Third is good food, man. Like, I got that. Like, you know, I'm a simple person. Like, I like the simple things in life. Like, you know, give me my weed, some good food. And I'm having a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm simple.
I like that.
I'm having a good time, man.
That way everything is amazing. Because
Exactly.
everything's a plus.
Yeah, as long as I'm high, I'm good. You know? Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm sorry. But as long as I got weed, I don't even think I need 3. Like, give me weed and I will tackle anything. Like, it doesn't matter. Put me on an island. It's nothing. I'm going to smoke my weed and I'm going to figure that shit out. Like, that's how it works. You know, that's what the weed do for me. So, yeah.
I respect it, man. I respect it. What's the most exciting thing you ever did? Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I got you.
Appreciate it.
What's the most exciting thing you ever did?
Most excited thing I ever did. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk about it on screen.
The second is most exciting.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, my kids, man. I guess, you know, that was the most exciting things. I got 3 kids.
Their birth?
So, yeah, man. Just seeing little me's, man. You know, my twins, like triplets now at this point.
Woo.
So, yeah, man. That's it.
Nice. I like that. As you get older, what has become more important and less important?
Peace, man. That's the most important thing, man, is peace and living stress-free, man. That's the most important thing to me. Like, I would say that. You said what's the least important?
Least important.
I mean, just least important, I would probably say just being what other people want me to be, you know. It's not important to me more. Like, it is what it is. I'm me for me, you know, and you just have to take me for me, you know.
100%.
So I would just say that, honestly.
What would be the best piece of advice you'd give your younger self? It's delicious, man.
For real. I would say just stay consistent, man. that been one of my biggest issues. I say is just staying consistent. I jump around a lot, you know. I could do so much different things that it's kind of sometimes hard for me to just focus on one thing. And that's why even I started Creative Marketing Group and Management Group, because I'm able to do a piece of everything. I love doing events. I love going out. I love putting it together. So it was like, how could I put everything I like to do together so that I can stay consistent? So even if I'm not throwing parties, I could be marketing events, you know? I'm always still doing what I love, you know? So back in the days, I just wasn't consistent. I had an entertainment company before. I did media. I was doing all of this. And I was just like not consistent with it. I would do it for 6 months to a year. And then after that, stop. Oh, let me get into something else. Let me start doing this. So I would say this now been going on. I've been having this company going on, 4 years now.
Nice.
So this been the most consistent I've been with just focusing, locking in on one thing, which is one thing doing a lot of different things. But that been helping me stay consistent, you know, is just trying to bundle everybody together in one.
Very nice. Do you do anything for your mental health?
Smoke weed.
I should have knew that was the answer.
I mean, that's a mental savior right there. But honestly, I don't. But I would love to. You know, I would love to get into more of that. Right now, I've been just so busy with work, the business, family, kids, friends. You know, it's kind of hard to even get to focus on yourself and mental health. You know. So for right now, the weed is my best friend when it comes to the mental breaks where it's like, you know, too much pressure. I need to calm down, go outside, sit down in the car, smoke a spliff, and then I'm back, you know. Nice. But definitely want to get more into the mental health. You know, as men, we don't do it as much, but that's something I actually want to do also is put on an event like that for men. You know what I'm saying? Just for mental awareness and things of that sort. You know, even myself, I've been through a dark part of my life also, you know, where I even ended up in the hospital. A lot of people don't even know that, you know, but I went through that at that dark stage. But luckily, I had a lot of good friends, you know what I'm saying, that brought me back to life and was just like, nah, bro, like you bigger than this, like you got this. And then it was just that wake up call, you know what I'm saying? So it's just having good people around you. That's the main thing I would say when it comes to mental health is just be around good people, around positive energy, and you be fine, you know? So that's, I would say for my mental health is just that, you know?
That's perfect. You started off by saying just weed, but then you really brought it back to
that's
that
where,
substance.
You know?
As much as you're willing to tell us, can you please tell us about that situation? Even if it's just the outcome, because I guess the main reason I do the show is really just highlighting the guest, but it's also so the viewer can get something from it. Maybe even just an idea or hope. Maybe I could do that too. Maybe I could create my own company too. Maybe I could get myself out of a slump. Yeah, so if there's any advice you could give on that, the most you feel comfortable telling about that story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to tell it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's what it turned me into now, you know what I'm saying?
And it can help people too. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, depression and not knowing you're in depression. I feel like kind of that was my thing. You know, I wasn't in New York. I was living in Atlanta at the time, going through it, you know, kids in New York, me living out in Atlanta by myself, you know, not speaking to too much family, you know, I was just on my own. Probably was going through depression and didn't even know I was depressed. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize it until it was to that breaking point, that mental point where it was just like, I was just out of it, you know, to the point where I felt like, yo, I don't feel like myself, that I have to put myself in the hospital. So I definitely put myself in the hospital. I was in there for maybe like 2 days. And I went through that, came back out. Like I said, family, you know what I'm saying? My little sister came, helped me out. My older sisters, they was there for me. My boy Pat, loved him to the death. You know, I knew him since the 5th grade. Nice. He was there for me. And he's a successful guy in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of different things. He does financing. He does credits and things of that sort. So, you know, he was somebody that was in my ear that was just like, bro, you've been through this. We know what's going on. You good, you know? You're stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? And he's the one that pushed me back into like, yo, do what you like. Do what you love. Forget about the money for a second. Figure out what you love doing. Focus on that. And then the money will come with it. So pretty much that was what it was. It was just like, yeah, all right, I got to get back to doing what I like. Marketing. I love events. I'm a promoter. I've been throwing parties since I wasn't even old enough. I was doing teen nights If anybody grew up in the Parkchester area and they know about Magente, Skate Key, where, you know, this is teen nights we're talking about. And I was promoting parties back then. Didn't know what I was doing, but I was out there giving out flyers on Fordham Road. If you ever been on Fordham Road back in the days, on the corners, and you see somebody giving out flyers, I was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I started from, you know? And it just always stuck with me with throwing events. You know, I was always good at it. So that what took me out of my dark place was my love for something. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
that pushed me. And of course, the kids, you know what I'm saying? I had to be like, no, you got to wake up, bro. Got to snap out of this depression. You got kids depending on you. You gotta get it going. So those mixtures of that, motivation from friends, that's what put me to where I'm at now. And now I'm back on top doing, not even say on top, but doing good events, you know, a lot of pop-up shops, you know, they can't give away a car, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, mentally on top.
Yeah,
mentally on top.
Definitely. Mentally, I'm in another world, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but when it comes down to it, it's like, you got to push yourself, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, you know, there's a lot of pop-up shops, a lot of expos, but they're not doing everything we do. They're not giving back. They're not helping small businesses. They're not doing it. To them, it's a quick buck, and then they out the door. No, I'm really trying to help people. I'm trying to help promote them. Even when you book a table with me, I'm like, okay, what else you need? Like, I'm full service. You need flyers, banners, table tents, everything. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so it's not only about the money, it's about actually helping people build their brand, you know, how to network, things of that sort. So that's pretty much it, you know?
Nice. Outside of the business, what are your overall life goals?
Overall life goals is just be happy, you know, be at a space where you're living just free, you know, just doing what you like, you know, just being able to move however you move, do whatever you want, and just truly just be happy, you know? That's pretty, you know?
Nice. I like that. If you could have any question answered in the world, what would you ask? You know, like the time of death or anything.
To be honest, my biggest question, I know it's going to be weird, is I just want to know if the world is really flat. That's it, to be honest. Like, I really want to know. Like, I'm into that type of weirdness also, where it's like, yo, I believe the world is flat. So I just want to know. Because that's a battle that we've been going through. I know a lot of people say it's a sphere, it's not flat. Like, who knows? So that's one question. I want somebody to really answer it and say, this is what it is, you know?
So why do you believe it's flat?
It just makes more sense. It just makes a lot more sense with a lot of different things based on the way you travel, the way the world is connected. It just makes more sense if the world was flat, you know?
Where's the end?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. There got to be an end. There is. It has to be. So that's why I got to figure that part out. Like, I don't want to go too deep into that because, you know, that's going to go down the rabbit hole right there yourself. But like I said, like, I really think the world is flat, man. Like, it just makes so much sense. Like, even not being able to go in Antarctica, South Pole, certain areas, why not? What's so far? They say it's for the safety. But there's a lot of dangerous stuff that people do all the time. Climbing a mountain and go Mount Everest, that's dangerous. So how come they don't stop that? You know, so it's just weird things.
There's people in Antarctica.
Yeah, definitely.
Military bases and everything.
Yeah. So why?
Supposedly that's where the aliens are.
I mean, we might be the aliens. You know what I'm saying? That's another question. Like, we don't know.
So you must not believe the globe is spinning.
No.
So how do you believe the sun goes up and down?
I believe the sun is spinning, but we're not spinning.
We're flat and the sun's just...
It's circling around us. Yes. But in fact, that's the only way it would make sense.
Yeah. The sun is...
We're not spinning. We're not spinning. Nobody can tell me that. We are not spinning. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. For real.
Oh, that's great. Oh man, I love that. I'm down. I want that question answered
Exactly.
too.
Yo, I'm telling you.
Because nobody
that's the
really
start right
knows.
there. Nobody knows.
Really
because
knows.
everything makes sense. I hear
Only the people that run the world know.
Exactly. There's certain things when flat earth people say, it's like, yeah, that makes the and then the globe people is like, oh, wait, that does make sense too. So it's kind of like, how could you really pick and choose? Maybe I just would like the world to be flat. Maybe that's what it is.
Because why and how would a sun just spin?
Yeah, but that's the same thing. Why would we spin then?
No, because for it to be circle, the globe has to be circle too, for it to actually work in the same atmosphere. Because something flat and something circle, they don't mesh in the same atmosphere. But a bunch of circles mesh because they're all spinning.
That makes sense too. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like,
a rabbit hole.
yeah, that makes sense. But then again, we could look up something about the flat earth and be like, oh, wait, that makes sense.
That makes sense,
You know, especially with flight traveling. That's the biggest one that, for the flat earth, I feel like they win that one. But how? Because you never feel the plane do this? No, not even that. Is the way you travel. So basically, like, instead of flying straight to a destination, they don't fly straight. It flies in an angle instead of flying straight to the destination. So they were saying, I think, what was the last one I seen? They was just saying like, okay, a plane that left from, I think it was like California, instead of going straight to England, it goes towards Alaska or something of that sort. So it's kind of like, why wouldn't, if it was just a circle, why not just go straight? But when you put it on a flat earth and you see the actual lands flat, it makes sense now of why it's like, okay, you're on a flight and it's going through, you're going to England, but you're in Africa. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that where it's just like, okay, that made sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching one the other day. Even, what's his name? Your boy Terrence Howard.
Oh, I saw that whole Joe Rogan episode.
Yeah, like him, he's one of those are people that I like watching because
I like that.
He opens your mind to some other stuff where it's just like,
I don't think he said it was flat though. He's not with that flat earth.
He's kind of in the mix of both.
I don't think he mentioned that.
A little bit. When you come to thinking about straight lines and energies and how nothing goes straight, there's no such thing of a straight line.
So then that's a fact. The earth's not flat if nothing's straight, because flat is straight. Talk about it.
I mean, see, you got a point there too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like you got one point and it's just like, okay, they have this. It's hard to tell. Like, so just give me the answers. I just want somebody to just make it make sense. What is it? So
I believe the roundness, it just makes sense because everything round spins. So everything got to be round around each other.
Yeah, that's true too.
And if it's energy spinning, everything's going to eventually be in it like a snowball. He keeps balling up snow, is going to eventually be a circle. It makes sense, you know? But who knows?
Exactly. So until somebody has that direct answer, that's all I want to know. What is it? Just get it over with so I can stop. Maybe I'm just hoping that the world is flat. And then there's other worlds, outside worlds, beyond day and Arctic. Maybe that's, I'm in a dream world,
That's a valid question. I like it. If you had one law everyone on Earth had to follow, what would it be?
One law. I would go back. Probably there's something called the Hammurabi Code. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I think that was kind of like supposedly the first written law ever, and it's just pretty much an eye for an eye. Do what you should do, and black and white. Everything is just black or white. It's good, bad. That's it. There's no in between, no maybes because of this. Just black and white. I gotta look up exactly what he was saying about that, but I would just say, yeah, eye for eye, man. Don't do what you wouldn't like somebody to do to you. Pretty much. I think that would be it.
I like it. Do you have any regrets?
Only regret is not staying consistent. No regrets. Everything happens for a reason, so I can't regret nothing because you learn from your bad experiences. So I can't regret anything, honestly.
Nice. I like that. We're nearing the end of the podcast. If you could let the people know where they could find you, find your company, anything you have coming up, and any last advice you'd like to leave the people with.
Of course, so pretty much y'all guys can follow me on Instagram at Creative Group. That's my business page. My personal page for promotions and parties is Party with GQ. You can find me on Facebook, Shyne GQ Porter. Same thing for Facebook for my business page. It's Creative Marketing and Management Group. You can find me there. I got a bunch of events coming up. You can find it all online. Go to creativeMMGroup.com and you can find all the events. You could book as a vendor up there. You could do everything through there. My advice to the people is, man, just be positive. Do what you love, man. Life is too short to do what other people want you to do. Just live your life. Have fun, man. Life is too short, you know?
Live your life. Have fun. Life is too short.
Be creative. Have fun.
Straight up. Thank you very much for being a guest on my show.
Problem. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Great conversation.
Man. For real.
Great conversation. Thank you, everybody that watched. Peace and love.